else was doing and focusing on the farm. Do you think they're going to go for a similar approach here again and get sort of featuring one of these hard carries, or do you think they'll look for something that can be a bit more involved?
I'm thinking about what carry then versus the Morphling. It's like PL is standing out for me right now, but I don't know how. It doesn't really fit the group up mentality. It's more about just like a counter to the matchups, right?
Yes, yeah, sure.
I'm trying to think what fits well. Because versus Chen Willow, PL could be nice, but then versus Ember, the PL doesn't value as much. They're going to be the ones that take Lycan.
For Hellraisers this time.
Now they look kind of limited on their playmaking. Right now it's like around the Ember and the Willow.
I don't know, what'd you grab? What about a Bloodseeker?
Remaining.
It's going to be good versus the Lycan, but versus the Morph, not
5 seconds remaining.
Rose.
We want something that's going to deal with these heroes. All three cores fairly mobile. Morph, Ember, and Lycan, they'll be running all over the place. And you already got a lineup that doesn't have really much lockdown at all outside of the ultimates.
Oh, by the way, chat's saying that he plays Primal Beast mid.
All right. I mean, I hope so. I'm looking forward to that.
I've seen a couple people going.
I feel like the Necrophos is going to be more appealing to put in that matchup.
I would think so too. But maybe. I mean, I've seen Thompson do it like a lot, and I've seen a couple other players.
I mean, I hope so. I'd be down to see some Primal Beast mid, but I feel that it's likely that no one's just going to take Necro mid. I mean, I hope chat is correct.
Me too. That'd be cool.
Mid Primal Beast.
I'm sure they're having the same debate. It's like, oh, PL's good, but wait, there's an Ember. And, oh, what if we want something for the lane versus Lycan?
Tough.
Choose your hero.
Okay.
Totally out of left field, though.
Let's go. A bit of the old Pudge coming into action here, of course, for VTune.
And it's a 5 Primal Beast, or 4 Primal Beast.
Chat, I love you guys, and I would have wanted to see a mid Primal Beast, but no one. He's got to go for something that is going to do its best to stop Rebel from having as good of a game as. And putting the Necrophos mid is definitely going to be. I mean, of course, I've not seen a lot of Primal Beast mid, but I feel like if you're the Ember, you're going to be more fearful of a Necrophos playing against you.
You want the matchup.
It's far less pleasant to play.
You want this matchup. Like Necro has traditionally dominated Ember in the matchup. I'm curious. I've seen people theory crafting the support Primal Beast. Let's see how it does with the Visage.
Yep.
You're tanky. You're going to be that front line. You provide like control and stuff like that. And maybe they wanted to like move it from any type of core because of the Willow pick too. I'm not sure. Either way, let's see. This is a very bizarre draft from Navi.
What do you sort of think about the Pudge pick? Obviously, it's something that it's strong. We're seeing a lot of people finding the right situations to run Pudge in that position 1. This game is. Do you kind of see why they did go for the Pudge carry, or do you feel that it was maybe a case of running out of options and just saying, hey, what's strong? The Pudge.
I think they were running out of options. I gotta be honest. I don't know. Their draft looks a little all over for me. Like Watson this looks like a really good Morphling game. Really good Morphling game. I don't really see how they outscale, unless this Pudge just like runs away with it. Maybe I'm seeing something. Maybe I'm seeing it totally wrong. But they also have it with Undying, and I think that usually griefs you too. Like you can't set up hooks. There's little zombies. That's super obnoxious to play with. Outside the box, I like HRs. They looked really good with their Chen. They looked like really comfortable with it. So let's see what Navi's going to do and if they can impress. Because
it was a rough game 1. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2, Navi versus Hellraisers. Let's indeed see if Navi can step it up. Hellraisers, they ran away with the first game. They looked very, very good coming into this qualifiers.
And this game again, it's an Ember Spirit who's playing. We'll change a little bit because we're talking about the lane, how hard it is. But he's playing into limited disables, right? This Ember, he could do the same thing as last game. Sure, the lane's going to be a lot harder. The Necro's going to be able to likely bully him, but if he's able to do well in mid matchup, he could just kind of or maybe the game. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how much playmaking and everything matters for laning phase 2. Because the draft feels like it's Morph, Ember, and Lycan cores also. So playmaking is a bit strange
30
on that side.
seconds to
Navi's, if they get out of lanes, they can group up. They could take over, but I see a pretty good morph game if Watson's able to have.
Let's see if he's able to get that. Last time round, we saw Malady doing an excellent job of securing the lane. See if they can have as great of a start this time round. See what sort of potential the Primal Beast is going to be able to offer.
Yeah, it's too bad that we don't get to see, of course, like people who don't know changes and stuff like that. But Morph Willow, that's not a thing of the past. Just letting you guys know. No Morph Willow anymore. It'll be cool to see, but yeah, let's take bottom. I'm gonna see how much pressure they put onto this Morph lane. I'm really curious about this Primal.
Okay, so what are sort of the upsides of having Primal Beast in this position? What, the sort of idea that you're going to be able to trade pretty nicely if you can get on top of this Chen and just punch him?
Yeah, I mean, Chen can't really bully you, and you're just going to be this follow-up from the side. You're kind of like, you're not Clockwork, but you're a long-range initiator and decent damage. So you will be able to provide soul assumption stacks for the Visage.
Make adjustments and try again.
Let's see if they can actually bully Watson, because last game he got an absolutely free lane.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how bullied Rebel does get in this matchup. How much pressure no one can apply as the Necrophos, and if it does sort of shake up Rebel's early game enough to stop him from having the chance of popping off as much as he did in game one.
I think it should. I mean, that's the reason that they picked it, is to just make sure that he's slowing him down and having that good start so they can rally around. Because last game it did feel like they had around. After the Pucks game didn't go like perfect, there was nothing to do. There was no one to actually play around.
No, they didn't have a hero to go in.
No.
For sure. You know, Lycan also suffering as much as he did in that game.
Let's see, we see the pulls happening. Pulls behind the towers, of course, in the bottom lane. Watson's actually lose out on quite a bit of farm. Lost 2 creeps there. Should be able to find a couple more here. Top. This is a tough lane for the Lycan as well as the Willow. Solo, he's the one that maybe can die, but they can't pressure the Pudge, and Pudge has kill threat on both. Garo. He is just bullying both. This is what he wanted to happen last game.
Yeah, just been able to run at the 2 of them.
Gilgar actually might just... He has to just completely run away. Alright, they're completely pushed out of lane, so... Navi, looks like we'll have a different game this time. 2 lanes going incredible.
Free farm in the mid, free farm in the top.
They can't even get XP top on.
Well,
he's zoning them both.
That far away that
he is zoning them both. Yeah, they're having to just creep pull with the wolves. But they lost the aggro.
Yeah, he was only able to get half the creep wave there.
He got half.
Yeah, just a couple of melees.
And the lane just pushing. Look at V2 and he's controlling it. Oh my goodness, Owen. This Lycan's gonna get nothing.
We've already seen one Lycan have a tough game this series. We might just see a second, and arguably this one even tougher of a start with how much is getting taken away from him.
He's almost dead. Like one more auto attack and he's dead with a soul rip. I mean, how do you sort of recover this situation? You just got to keep trying to get the pulls off, grab the creeps. You have to just try to get the lane reset, the positioning. It's going to start getting a little bit better, but if the lane is met up there, you can't walk up for Sundown. You need to be closer to tower. You might just die.
See on the other side of the map, how things go. Yeah, getting very, very low there, Miro. Not easy. Easy at all. V-Tune's going to be very happy with the state of the lane here.
He walks up. If he doesn't block with wolves, 1 hook dead every single time. He's got his helm coming out, but...
See bottom. Watson. He's how we got first up there. He's able to just walk down lays.
Top.
After initial setup, and not a moment too soon there, because obviously the other side of the map, V-Tune finally able to punish Miro for sitting around as low HP as he was. But yet, not before Watson was able to grab first blood for Hellraisers down bottom.
They're just playing the farm lane, and I guess Lays tried to push the limit to get aggressive and just gets turned. Now he has Ogre Frost Mage, the Ice Armor maybe. That shouldn't happen. I mean, not why you're Visage Dynamorph.
Kind of look at sort of the CS. Yeah, both offlaners definitely having a tough start here. So many denies here from each carry. You know, V-Tune top 12 denies, and down bottom Watson 14 denies. So both carries are able to have a really solid hold of the lane.
And mid too, right? The Necro has, he's gonna have 10 denies. He's gonna hit 6 while the Ember's still level 5 probably. So
yeah, no, he's having that edge that he'd expect to, right? Being on the Necrophos. I'd say if anything, I feel like Ember's probably happy that he's getting what he is getting out of the lane. There's still 20 CS. I feel like I've definitely seen Embers in worse shape when they've been put against the Necrophos in that matchup.
it is a Grim. Yeah, he is super comfortable. He's played these matchups. He's been counterpicked in pubs. You know, he's played versus the Huskars and the Necros, the 2 harder counterpicks before.
Push no one. Straight for the urns. So we're looking to try and find opportunities to get those charges.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, might want out versus the Morphling if he wants to. If he wants to go for Vessel, he can this game. I don't mind it. Playing versus all the Chen heals too. And they're playing around mid, almost 6 on Necro. Really strong. Definitely back off the wave though. Yeah.
It's been scanned.
I was gonna say, you don't want to take your wave though. You want to give that XP to the Necro. Necro 6 off the next wave, and then you just hard commit. You can with the catapult.
See if we can catch him.
Just commit more. I think you
Be
do
able to
that.
get him in, drop the ult. There it is. Enough damage, not quite, but they'll run him out underneath the tower, and of course, 3 level 6. No chance for escape there for Rebel.
Good move. I think you full commit for this kill, and now you get tower pressure as well with the Necro. Your Pudge is free top. Your Visage has the lane at his tower. Good move from Navi this time, recognizing their strength.
Stay healthy, stay moving.
This is going to be really good damage on this tower. Who do they react over with? They're trying to bring the 2 supports to slow it down a bit.
About this. It's like Navi will respect that they're turning up in the numbers. Hovering around the area though. Top lane was so V-Tune with his Vanguard, pretty much indestructible for the rest of this laning phase, this early game, so he's going to be completely ignored. Will manage to continue to get hindered CS top lane through 43 and 18 here, 6 minutes in.
Yeah, it's literal free CS on both of those cores. It's crazy.
Dire's courier.
But Watson having the same thing bottom. Level 6. Lay's only level 4. And now he can be left alone on the morph while his support Malady gets his own farm.
I won't lie, that was unexpected.
And how do sort of things scale, would you say, between a carry morph and a carry Pudge?
I've never seen the I've never seen the matchup. I can imagine the morph outscales quite hard later, but that being said, Pudge does have a good timing when he gets Aghanims because of the health reduction and stuff like that, so that's probably why they went for this pick.
So Gilgit looking to deny.
He's
He's going to be able to get it. The 3 of them causing Roshan to slam the ground. And that will mean that Roshan, he's the one to take Gilgit out of the map, and not
middle
Na'Vi.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how the matchups will go, because I think, Pudge, you have this timing where you have Aghanims where if you're getting on top of Morphling, he can't actually like attribute shift and fight versus you, but then at some point Morphling, if he gets to his like 3rd item, you're probably just going to be able to trade with the Pudge with like Scotty +1 or something. See if Na'Vi can keep themselves at that big advantage setting tempo this game. Because I do think they'll get quite outscaled if they start making too many mistakes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They'll have to just let this tier 1 tower top go. They're really going to have the resources at this point to turn up and stop V-Tune from getting what he wants.
Good pace for them. They're going to have Vessel done on Necro. So I think they should probably look to keep collapsing on these towers, have V-Tune show up with the Necro. And looks like it should be pretty hard for HI to actually mount the defense versus like 3 or 4 heroes. Na'Vi, as we mentioned, once they group up with this lineup, should be pretty strong versus what they're up against. No real deep push. No strong team fight from HR.
4 heroes from Na'Vi just hovering around this mid area.
I like this. Yeah, that's a good move. I like V-Tune making his way over its next tower, right? Just take all 3 towers down.
Gilgit here. They'll the wall come and grab him with the bite, and indeed they'll take Gilgit down. Na'Vi towards the 2nd tier 1 tower here. Tower's falling even quicker than Hellraisers was able to take them in game 1.
I think honestly, like after this tower, maybe even move down toward bottom with the next, maybe even just with 3 heroes and have the Pudge TP afterwards. See V-Tune, walk back toward top, maybe pose a kill threat, and then The rest of them, just go for that last tower. Keep constricting the map for the Morphling. So,
super solid here from Na'Vi.
Courier has been killed.
Always nice to see them able to pick themselves up from what was a pretty rough game one. Already here in this game two, definitely matching and if anything leading here against Hellraisers in this first 9 minutes.
Even cleaning up the Chen army there. Malady. Second, they all get killed. HR, they're looking to just play a little bit like a farm catch-up here in lanes, because I think they're low, knowing they can't fight versus what they're up against. They can't kill no one. He's the strongest hero on the map at the moment on the Necro. Until they have Willow 6, they have no kill threat onto Necropos. No one, kind of the king of the map, can go wherever he wants right now.
Nobody wants to be near him, and nobody wants to be near V-Tune. Two cores that can just plant themselves wherever they want.
Yeah, so I don't know if HR... I think they just let bottom tower die. Like, Watson right now, he can stay for a moment, but once everybody starts collapsing on Na'Vi, it's pretty hard for HR to fight around there. I'd imagine they give it up. Gilger's only level 3. Willow 6, and maybe they can have a chance to fight around some towers, but yeah. At this point, give it up. Watson's going to lose his courier, and this tower is going to drop.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Setting a good pace.
Super fast start. 3 towers here within the first 11 minutes or so.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Very much taking over Hellraiser's areas of the map as well, you know, straight into the jungle. Going to be easy for Hellraisers to get the space for sort of like Watson and Rebel to get those first couple of items that will enable them to turn up and fight Na'Vi. He'll get enough help here.
Nice wall
pushing himself over to the side and away from no one who was starting to close in on him. So a good escape.
His army. Oh no. The worst feeling is a Chen. His whole army just gets farmed up. So Na'Vi now looking to just continue dominating the map. Now the next question for them is, how are they going to continue pressuring to look for these tier 2s and eventually look for Roche? Their lineup isn't the best. It's okay because of like the Flesh Golem plus Zombies plus Visage, but isn't the best at Roshing. So they have to just kind of keep this control of the map here, try to constrict. But ganking the Morphling's not easy. So continue to see Watson build up that net worth. Same thing for the Ember Spirit. They're pushing the limits because they're, you know, they're very elusive versus this limited sun right now, so they're still getting good farm on the map. So only, you know, less than 1k for Na'Vi, even though they have 3 tower advantage.
Middle tower is under attack.
HR still getting plenty out of the map.
Yeah, I mean, and when would you imagine that Watson's going to look to turn up to the fights? Is sort of the Manta alone going to be enough for him? And will he indeed, did he need to get the full Manta off the back of the Asher that he's got queued up, or can he look to kind of rush the bigger items?
Radiant's bottom
I think Manta's too good on a hero like Morphling. It's the most valuable hero. I think it's your raw stat value. Malady, again, gonna get found out.
We're offset. And Watson's going to turn up and see if he can find some sort of a trade here. He's looking at more sweet and strong. A lot of heroes here from Na'Vi. He's so down. They never risky fight. He's still going to go for it. Waveform's in. The fear there catches the toll. That's going to be solo down, and no one's. He's gone as well.
Oh my god.
Excellent defense there from Hellraisers that, without a doubt, Na'Vi was not expecting.
They're all dead on
reaction. I mean, they really are. They're going to be able to run down lanes, get a 4th hero. Yeah, there's no way. Na'Vi did not expect that at all. Hellraisers just suddenly appear out of nowhere. They lose 4 heroes, Na'Vi. I mean, that's a huge shake-up to the early game flow that Na'Vi had got going.
This is a draft that you can't make mistakes like that, honestly. Like, I think even that one could be game costing. I think if they make one more mistake on Na'Vi, this Morphling just wins.
I mean, what was the big misread there, do you feel, from Na'Vi?
I'm just surprised they're going for the morph. I don't think they have kill threat onto him. He just turns into the Undying Drop.
Yeah, he just went straight in. He was like, you want to try and kill me? I'm just going to waveform into all of you because I know I've got the backup and sort of firepower to take you down.
Oh, and I got to be honest, like I'm concerned for Na'Vi. I don't see a way for. I'm really worried that this Ember and Morphing are just going to be able to farm, and like Na'Vi, I think it's one more mistake and the game is looking pretty impossible. They have to play around their punch. Yeah. That's the other thing. Like if they're going to go for these type of plays, you have to have V-Tune there.
Well, they're back in the same area, Na'Vi.
Okay, playing around the punch in this area, that's much better, but can't get caught by Gilger. Again, also Gilger, that was probably the clutchest moment that we could see. But yeah, they can't get that caught again, and they have to play around the pudge. It's like 1 or 2 more mistakes in this game, and I think they just lose full control.
And I'll tell you what, as well, I think he must have only just hit the 6 right.
I believe so, yeah.
Because he's still sitting at 6 right now after that fight. So yeah, they could have come online in a clutch of time there with the ultimate. There we go. So he continues to taunt Na'Vi there.
HR is just fine. I mean, they're fine with this state of the game. I'm seeing Rebel, he's farming enemy jungle. Watson's getting his timing on his Manta good. Yeah, this is looking pretty decent. That's 1K lead for Na'Vi. Na'Vi's draft needs to take over the map versus this heavy scaling draft a lot harder than they are right now. They're trying to. Right now they're all together, but I'm looking where V-Tune is right now. And if the fight kicks off, V-Tune can't get there.
They're going to jump straight for no one. Chains to set up. Put the Ghost Shroud off. Swindle Strong charges across to help out.
Tombstone down the back.
Has been dropped. Na'Vi, they're trying to continue to fight into this, but no one. He just died. We'll see if we get the setup with the Cursed Crowd. Also on a Watson's Water. Another move here where Na'Vi just didn't have the numbers and the setup to be where they were. Hellraisers once more within their own jungle, just pushing Na'Vi back out of it.
I'm a bit confused with the way that they're doing it too. Like, I think V-Tune is probably telling his team, guys, wait for my Ags. When I have Ags, I can just dominate every single one of these fights because I can stick on more counteract healing, etc. But they're going without him. This is twice now with a draft that does not scale like HR's, that they're playing sloppy on. Like, this is not a time to be playing sloppy in these qualifiers. You have to play clean with these type of drafts. You play around your strongest heroes. Play around the Pudge and the Necro together. V-Tune now has Ags. Okay. Now they have to play around him. Okay. This last one was a huge mistake. This is maybe their last chance here. If they make one more of these mistakes versus Morphling, Watson just takes over. So they're going to try forcing Rush.
Alright, let's see if Hellraisers have anything to say about this.
They know what's going on.
Scanned. Not too, I mean, that's sort of kind of down to Rebel or Watson to be able to zip in and out of the pit. Wicked stuff Roshan's here for Na'Vi.
Gilger is going to set up. The Fear is on cooldown 20 seconds.
There might be an opportunity to disrupt this.
It looks like they're kind of giving it up right now. Lingering 3 heroes in the area, but they're pushing bottom. The tier 2 bottom is dying. There's an immense map rally right now at the moment with the catapult.
Na'Vi towards Gilger. He'll head out with the TP and Na'Vi, they are able to secure that. But I think, as you said, definitely a bit of a feeling that Hellraisers were kind of like, well, we don't care. We'll take the tier 2 bottom. We see Rebel jumping with the BKB. The Fear's going to push back the 2 of them. They've been split for the Swedish shot. We see the TP come across now to try and back things up. But the fight's already kicked off, and Na'Vi, they're already a member down.
Watson this is so annoying to play against. You drop Tombstone, he doesn't care. He turns into Undying himself. And then you're dealing with Tombstone plus Chen army plus Lycan army. It's too much. Na'Vi has to immediately panic run away.
Na'Vi, they're trying to get some sort of a catch on the escaping members of Hellraisers, but indeed they can't. Gilger again, Shadow Realm and a TP out.
And V2 trying to line up a hook, but there was summons, brambles, creep, everything. There was nothing he couldn't do. He couldn't get that hook off. HR is, I mean, this is chill mode. This is one of the, I like seeing these type of games because like, it feels so weird that I feel like HR is massively in the lead right now, but Na'Vi, they have this farm that's going well for the Pudge, but they don't have solution for Morphling as it continues going, and Watson's just getting bigger and bigger.
He's got the Blink Dagger, Na'Vi, and we are still yet to really see that team fight from Na'Vi where they started off with V2, so yet to really see what happens when they all group up together as 5.
That's very fair. That is very fair. Maybe I'm not giving enough credit for the Pudge, but he hasn't been there. Like there's been multiple fights now where they haven't had him. So we'll see how powerful he is when he turns
middle
on.
tower is under attack.
Imagine that Hellraisers probably choose to try and wait out this 2 minutes that V-Tune has left on the Aegis. Na'Vi, all set up for the top tier 2. John, ready to freeze for any potential TPs that may come in from Hellraisers in an attempt to defend this.
Top tower is under attack.
I was hoping he'd buy the shard, but he
Radiant
looks like he wants to be the
structures are
initiator. This team is lacking. So
Dire's middle
makes sense he
tower
wants to
is
blink.
under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Again, you know, very much Hellraisers quite clearly showing that they don't care, you know, about what Na'Vi's doing. We saw it when it came to the Roshan, we saw it when it came to this tier 2. They're more focused on just keeping the pressure up themselves and getting the trade and just being able to stay out on the map. Hardly any sort of feeling that Hellraisers is being sort of confined by this pressure of Na'Vi at all this game. They're consistently able to get out and go to wherever they want.
Yeah, absolutely agree. They're keeping like the lane shove. You see the Wolves even there buying 1 extra hit for the catapult, anything like that. They're playing their own game. They're not reacting to what Na'Vi's doing. They're just sticking to their own strategy. Na'Vi looking to try to force something here. Aegis reclaimed in 30. Blink on Sweden strong.
Let's see what I can grab.
always
On the
said
mid, they'll grab kills.
I won't lie.
Yeah, it's been quite annoying for them escaping a few too many times. This time they'll reveal themselves, get him with a jump, take him down. Does mean that they won't be able to catch anyone else by surprise. Hellraisers are out of that.
Good pick though. They can turn it into another tower here. And now there is a little bit of scare, at least for HR. They're probably telling themselves, hey guys, watch out, there's double blink daggers to catch on side lanes now. So they do have to be a little bit more careful.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
What happens now with the Aegis gone? RB. Let's take a couple of tier 2s. So if they feel that they need to keep this pressure going before the next Roshan is up, or if they want to try and wait out next one.
Well, I thought we was
He's late shoved. Necro.
Tune.
He tries to go for something. I'm excited to see if we do get to the point where Watson's able to build this too. It's an item that's gotten buffed significantly on Morphling, the Aghanim's. We'll see if he does, if he's able to ever get there. They're scouting. They've got wolves in, so it's seeing all of Na'Vi.
Gonna go first.
Radiant's
Still being a little
bottom
careful
tower
here,
is
HR.
under attack.
Not wanting to walk into the high ground versus Tombstone, even though they have Tombstone of their own.
Dire's
Yeah, I mean,
middle
it
tower
once
is
again
under
really feels
attack.
like, all right, you know, Na'Vi's
Radiant's
there,
bottom
but
tower
we're just going to
is
go
under
elsewhere.
attack.
They continue to favour just taking the trades. They'll lose the tier 2 down bottom, but
They'll
should
get their
certainly
own.
be able to get the tier
Dire's
2 top.
structures are fortified.
Glyph is popped, and Na'Vi, they're actually maybe getting a little bit of poke damage on
Dire's
high
middle
ground.
tower
Yeah,
is
but
under
yeah,
attack.
Na'Vi, I'm sure they're going to want to keep going. You know, they want to be noticed. They want to have some sort of attention because, you know,
Dire's top
the
tower
last
is under
5 or so
attack.
minutes, it really has been
Dire's
Hellraisers just
top
ignoring
tower
them.
has fallen.
Finally, they'll be able to get a response out of them as Hellraisers do TP back.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
Radiant's
Less than
bottom
1K,
tower is
just
under
keeping it
attack.
close.
Go to plus there. Yeah, 50-50 status. You would still lean further Hellraiser's way with the game in this condition?
For the Morphling game, yes, I like the game for the Morphling, but maybe I'm not valuing how much the Pudge can do.
He does left it. He's actually going to be able to try and get the fear off. Oh, he's alive. The fear off. Rebel's going to be able to get him. Take out Sweden Stone. Will miss. Now we're seeing fully focused down lanes. Na'Vi, they'll be able to find the Lycan. Jump from Rebel. Doesn't want to stay in the midst of it all underneath the Necrophos Visage and summons the familiars with a back away.
So much on the floor, really. On both sides of the fight. Double tombstones, Chen armies, familiars, zombies. Watson doesn't want to full commit in. They didn't want to commit his BKB. I think he could have BKB'd and maybe gone for the Visage kill, but looked like he didn't want to get himself killed maybe. They just settle with losing one hero and they just chill back again. Now, the hook by Watson.
The triangle. Gilga tried to get in on this. There, Watson, he's charging forward. Man, let's see if he can get the hook. Oh, he can. Grabs him again. And that'll get the kill done.
He's alive.
The heels are there. He's still alive. And now he's actually ready to turn with the rock. They're going to lose Rebel. They'll lose Gilga. If you Watson TP, have they got anything to stop it? They don't. He'll manage to make it away. But Vici surviving against the efforts of Hellraiser. I mean, getting hooked a couple of times, it didn't matter. He's still able to live through it all.
You know, maybe I was offsetting the pudge, and I think maybe I was. The spell lifesteal from the Shroud plus his talent. Holy crap.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He gets soul ripped in the middle of it too, but oh my god, B2 back to full
Radiant's
HP.
middle tower has fallen.
And they were so close. So close to taking him down, but being close isn't good enough.
I think he had, what, 3 heroes or 4 heroes in the rod as well?
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Just like that, even though it's
Radiant's
V-Tune, the one who
middle
gets initiated on twice by the hooks. Maybe that's how they, you know, V-Tune getting involved in the fights getting hooked. That's what Navi wants.
Actually, Hellraiser's trying to take the fight, potentially.
Say, Watson.
V-Tune's in on top of him. Watson's in trouble. He's been dismantled.
He's dead.
Taken out. 3 dead quickly again here on Hellraisers. It's very rapidly falling apart for them off the back of that one fight. It really was just the pudge factor. V-Tune gets involved, not able to 100 to 0 him. The pudge is only going to get stronger with each failed attempt you make on his life.
Wow, I'm thoroughly impressed. It felt like they had to kick the pace up a little bit more in this game. HR, they were chilling back and farming, but then V-Tune, he finally shows up and he's part of 9 of the 11 kills and he feels immortal. It's another X. HR, their hands forced.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Don't want to buy back, of course, with as low death time as they have here on Hellraisers. And I mean, they will respect it. They're not going to stick around and force the second racks. They know that they've got quite the lead here. 10k lead here.
It's so
now,
wild.
27 minutes in. And
Pudge with 7 flash sheep stacks.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy to take this man down. So the Shiva's guard as well, picked up by no one. 2 cores at this point with the items they have and the lead they're able to build off the back of those last 2 team fights are incredibly tough to kill.
Yeah, and Watson's not going to be able to deal enough damage on his own. You know, I was thinking maybe the 3rd item when he gets it, but Pudge, there's a reason they went for it last, V2. Now they're able to finally rally around him perfectly. BKB done too. HR, how do they kill this Pudge?
They can find him. Ready with the smoke. Navi barely grouped up though. It's a hard jump to make for Hellraisers. And you can see it, definite hesitation in how they go about charging into this area of the map.
No misconnection.
They probably feel like they don't have damage for both Necro and Pudge now. Let's see.
Navi need to get the favorable position with the smoke. Long wrap around towards the secret shop of Hellraisers. Sails on at the side of the river that Hellraisers might not quite expect.
Oop, they know. I think they just saw the damage on the skeleton on Maladies.
Should have for the jump kill guy. He's gonna go. Things once he jumps down into the river, we see Ralph will charge forward. Out of the back line, switch towards Solo, really up.
Tanky.
The Reaper side drop down onto the Lycan. That's Lycan out of the fight for now. Waveform, he's going down as well from Watson. Rebel, he's surrounded by and Na'Vi cannot jump out of this.
Too tanky.
Third hero dead. Very much feels like that the numbers just aren't adding up here for Hellraisers. Team fights as Na'Vi pretty much walking out close to full health on everybody.
Wow. This is really strong team fights, and they can't even kill the Undying. Too many heals, soul rips, the tankiness glimmers, Wraith Pact as well. The full BKB is unable to even kill the 5 position.
See this again, yeah. Hellraisers very much committing for this fight. They see Na'Vi in the river. They jump in, they want to try and get the job done, but as you say, just not even being able to take down Solo at this point. Nobody. Na'Vi and Hellraisers. Each of these failed attempts at a team fight just making the game that much more hard for them.
Watson tries to TP out, gets caught by the stun. He's gradually going to tick away.
The Aegis Na'Vi, they'll be ready to charge down these lanes, get up to the base, and look for a second set of racks, maybe even just the game that they want to threaten.
So cool. Yeah, so cool how these things, like how quickly it all kicks off too, because you felt that low period for like, what, 10 minutes or something, where HR is dancing around, avoiding fights, keeping things balanced, and then one thing goes wrong, Na'Vi explodes with the game. V-Tune showing why that punch pick really was the perfect one for the last one. Even though he wasn't involved early, he didn't need to be.
Nah, yeah, he's hitting his timings now.
Radiant
I didn't expect it to be this explosive. I knew the Aghanims versus the Morph could be big, but it felt like with that low period, the Morphling might be able to take over with that extra items advantage, but nope. Na'Vi totally found their stride.
Radiant's bottom barracks.
Definitely stick around for the third set of racks here. I mean, Hellraisers are all up. I don't think V-Tune's going to have too many cares in the world right now.
Impressive.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
What Hellraisers can do here. A last chance at here to push back Na'Vi. Deal with V-Tune twice though. They've been able to do it for once.
Radiant's top barracks
Watson looking for hooks.
are scattered.
I guess he'll jump in. He's looking for the backlines. Rebel comes straight for it. They will manage to grab him, but this is
They've been Watson.
Whoever's there controlling Watson. Jumps inside with the waveform. BKB soon to be coming to an end. They'll lose the gen. Huge buyback from Malady, but Watson is picking down loads of the rock. Will manage to push back V-Tune in time. They're desperately running back towards the base. He will make it into the fountain. Back outside, they're trying their best to keep the fight going. We'll up for a TP out. Gilgit gets grabbed, taken down. Curse Ground doesn't mean that the safety there for TP, but it doesn't matter. It's only back up to the rack. And he's gone. Smember out onto Watson. They'll grab them all for you again. GG is pulled. Na'Vi right back here in this game too.
The interesting one too, right? Like the early mid-game after lane, felt like they were taking some fights that were a little awkward. Like HR just dominating, but I guess Na'Vi didn't care, right? Didn't really expect that. The Pudge just able